On a hot, steamy July day, Kingston's representative at Queen's Park followed through on an earlier promise to spend a day living on social assistance. John Gerretsen's commitment resulted from the campaign Put Food in the Budget, a provincial organization calling for the immediate introduction of a $100 monthly supplement to the basic needs allowance for all adults receiving social assistance. First stop, Lunch by George, a breakfast and lunch program and morning drop-in centre for some of Kingston's most vulnerable citizens. It averages 40 regular visitors per day.
We serve about 12,000 meals a year, 5 days a week, and we work with other groups in downtown Kingston to make sure there is breakfast and lunch on the weekend.
Jennifer Judge has lived in Kingston for over 20 years. She no longer lives on the streets, but still relies on places like this.
I remember being homeless 20 years ago, and I facilitated, use these places, and it went from this one, and we needed that. And that was important, because you had nothing. You had no home. You're sleeping on benches and porches, and that was these places were a godsend.
Once inside, Mr. Gerretsen joins others for a free meal. He mingles with folks and chats with Tara Kainer, who organized this event. Tara works in the Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation Office of the Sisters of Providence, who have been reaching out to the poor and marginalized of Kingston for over 150 years. Some rules for the challenge? Walking or public transportation only, $39 for groceries to last 1 week, and using computers at the library to find free or affordable meals in Kingston.
Now, I'm only at 2:50.
That's fine. We've got a whole hour, sir.
After navigating online for close to an hour, Mr. Gerretsen admits it wasn't easy, even with guidance from Linda Cassidy, who speaks from experience, having raised 3 children with just her disability payments.
And it's somewhat tough to find, even by using Google and with the limited computer capacity that I have. We did find a website eventually that told people where they could get a meal on certain days of the week for free or for very limited income.
Next stop, Food Basics, 6 city blocks away. He has just $39 to spend for 1 full week of groceries.
Okay, let's see. Some potatoes, a couple of bananas, a jar of strawberry jam, house brand. And then we got the bananas. What was the other thing? The soft yellow. Oh, that was the margarine.
He didn't keep to the schedule and missed the 1 o'clock bus, but made the 1:30 bus and headed 5 blocks away with groceries in tow en route to the Salvation Army building on Patrick Street. More exposure for Kingston's MPP to the much-needed services used by some of his constituents. He followed the steps of any new client, was assessed by staff based on the profile created by organizers, and given 30 points for groceries for a month. Just next door, his final visit, the Gathering Place, a day shelter serving Kingston's homeless, those in transition, and those at risk of losing their housing. A place where people can eat light, nutritious meals and hang out. Conditions were not perfect for this experiment, but it did mimic what Kingston's poor face each and every day. While John Gerretsen spent just 1 day living the experience, it was enough for him to make a promise to organizers that change is coming.
We asked him, given your experience, you've been a politician for a long time, what could we possibly do to make a breakthrough on this issue? Because, as you know, activists have been fighting for decades to increase the incomes of people on the margins and below the poverty line. And what he suggested is that he was not well aware of the campaign before we went to see him. And even though the campaign's been around for nearly 5 years, he's concerned that generally politicians don't know about it. So he suggested that we have a reception at Queen's Park in September sometime, and we invite all parties, and we provide some presentation, some facts about what we're doing, and inform people there. And he thinks that would actually go a long way to informing the politicians and give them some food for thought.